Florida's playing Tennessee. Tennessee's down to number 8 in the nation right now, still top 10. A lot to be positive about. And this is, I would say, is a rivalry. Hunter, took a special interest and did a little deep dive into this game. And so, quick notes on the game: 15.5-point spread for Tennessee. Over under is 55.5. What's the big theme for you when you think about this game?
Yeah, the big theme here, I think, coming into it is Florida coming in with confidence. Like they started the year in that Miami game, and they looked defeated walking around the field even while play was going on. But this Florida team is now playing like they're having fun. They have confidence. And then on the flip side of it, I don't think that Tennessee is coming in with any confidence at all, especially on offense, like from the player position. Defensively, Tennessee looks great. Running back position looks great, but I'm not sure that Nico has the confidence right now to be making the big plays that Florida looks like they're having. So I think confidence is kind of my key to this game when you're looking at especially a 3-score spread. Yeah. I don't think that that's necessarily respectful of Florida, who is surging, won 3 of their last 4. Tennessee, who even in the win over Oklahoma, offense looks suspect. Yep. So, we saw this game with last year in the Swamp. We saw a fight there at the end when Florida dragged out the time.
Yeah.
Now, I'll preface all this by saying that I do like Tennessee in this game. I think that they have potential. But if you're looking to bet this game and you're looking to bet on Florida to win, the big question is, do you think that Florida's rush defense can do what they did last week, or do you think you do what they did in the 4 games before that? So it's a test on whether you think Florida's developed or not, if you think they're going to win this game.
Yeah, and Florida's best tests when it comes to rush defense have come in last week against UCF, which they locked on RJ Harvey. It's also come against Texas A&M, so probably a memory for Florida that they tried to black out a couple weeks back. 34, I think it was 34-20 or under points wise for Florida, but the rushing offense from the quarterback position, Marcel Reed, and from Le'Veon Moss was a huge challenge. And the game looked a lot closer score-wise at the end. And so I agree with you. That is a really important key for this game. What do you think is the key for Tennessee to have a chance to, blow this thing out and look similar to how they've looked against NC State, against some of the other teams they've played this year?
Yeah. Starting with passing on offense, I was so high on Tennessee, and what they did is I was like, these guys always get to first downs. They're always playing for a first down marker, and they move the ball really effectively. But it feels like now at this point in the season that they're only playing for the first down. They're not playing for big plays. There's not a whole lot of confidence in variety to the passing game. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to need to see a little bit more of that from Tennessee and giving Nico more reign to work with and airing the ball out. Now, in running the ball, you mentioned that game with Le'Veon Moss and what Texas A&M was able to do, and pretty much every team up to this point, other than UCF against Florida. Dylan Sampson is probably the second most dangerous man at the running back position in college football, just behind Ashton Genty. Like he's killing it. He can break out a big play at pretty much any time. 16 carries now for over 10 yards, responsible for 30 first downs for them. I would expect him to get started early, often in this game and move the chains for Tennessee. Now with that, a lot of clock runoff, slower drives, there's the potential to shut that down. Florida's D-line is big. They can plug those holes like they did against UCF. Dylan Sampson, I think, is a little bit better than RJ Harvey in my book right now.
I would say
so that's the key, I think, for Tennessee getting started. Tennessee's defense, I don't feel like there's too much to say there. They have a great pass rush. Yep. They can disrupt teams, but the offense is where the question marks are.
Yeah, and one of my last questions for you is, what are some things that you would think about from Graham Mertz's perspective? Like, what can he do to be the hero in this game? Because if they're going to win, he's going to play a big role.
Yeah, and I think right now, Eugene Wilson, still no update on his health for the game. They've done well in the past couple of weeks working without him being there, and Elijah Badger taking that role. If you're Graham Mertz, the offensive playbook, they started out, it wasn't working. They took a conservative approach. They opened the playbook a little bit more. We saw the kind of boot pass that worked out to Elijah Badger last week. If you're Mertz, take the opportunities that the Florida play calling is giving you. Make big plays because they're starting to show you some reins there. Mixing in DJ Lagway here and there. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to find multiple guys on your team. if you're Graham Mertz. You're not going to be able to force it to a guy. Jamal McCoy is leading the Tennessee DB room that is playing pretty well. So you're going to have to spread the ball, go through your progressions, and you're going to have a hard time staying clean. So, he's not a big time scrambler improviser, but you're going to have to just make the most with every drop back that you have.
Definitely. And you got to count on guys, like you said, like Elijah Badger, who you can count on for some big plays. You can count on to be reliable and kind of take on some of the brunt of the work that Eugene Wilson has been missing out on these past couple of weeks. But a lot of positives from the Florida side. Obviously, they've won 2 straight. Still positives from the Tennessee side. You drop 1 game, but this offense has still looked impressive, but just vulnerable. Defenses looked just as dominant as they have. Arkansas gave them some fits. And so what's your final prediction on this game?
Yeah. Final prediction. Like I said, I think that Tennessee still wins the game. I like Florida to cover. I don't think that Tennessee's offense is 3 scores better in this. So I like Tennessee winning 27-20, under on the point total. Florida gets some things going. They might get their running game going. So I got Florida 27-20. Tennessee 27-20.
All right. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. And so if you're listening here, please let us know what you think. Who's going to win this one?